All right, Jayron, we know there was huge news here in the offseason with Dan Quinn coming back. Now, Mike had tried to say at the Super Bowl with all the interviews that he knew that Quinn was coming back. How worried were you that Dan Quinn was actually going to leave as your DC?
It was, he was a hot commodity coming into this offseason. So, for me, I can't say I knew much, about the decision that he was going to make. But, it's actually one of those things just where, when you put together the group we put together, and then also, the things that went on throughout the season with Coach Quinn and guys stepping up and playing some good ball, it's kind of like it's expected when you get to this point. Then it just all comes down to the decision of that individual. And, getting Quinn back was a huge win. And, it was one that was much needed just to, try your best to keep this group together, because the strides we made in year one, it can give us a lot of upside going into year two, with guys being together, guys having a camaraderie with each other. So, that's a huge win. Number one win so far this offseason.
Jayron Kearse joined us here on The Fan. What was different this year from your standpoint? This was the breakout year for you. Was it opportunity that you got to play, basically every snap? Did something click within the scheme? What was it?
For me, it was just opportunity. I mean, you can, through my previous 5 years, if you turn the tape on, the opportunities that I did have, I played good football. But it was never a week in, week out thing where it was constantly Jayron Kearse on the field. So, it was just the fact that I was able to get that opportunity every week. It wasn't a week where the opportunity went away or the opportunity increased. I had the same exact opportunity throughout the year, and, I was able to produce and such. So, for me, it was the opportunity and also just the belief from everybody in the building, and me also knowing I can do it, me also having that confidence. And like I said, the belief from the coaches and my teammates that, I can get the job done at a very high level.
Pro Football Focus said you were the most improved player on the Cowboys roster this year, and you were the league's second best tackler. Do you know you had the second fewest missed tackle percentage in the league? Do you know how many missed tackles you had this year?
Yeah, I had 4.
Oh,
that's right. Dang.
Well done.
That's well done.
Well done.
What happened on those 4? Why wasn't it 3?
Not enough gushers.
Honestly, I remember every missed tackle I had. For the simple fact that, I pride myself in being a solid tackler, being a great tackler. So, a lot of those was just actually 2 of them came on like in breaking routes. I took a bad angle against some pretty good football players, and they were able to outrun me and cross my face, what's caused me to miss those tackles. So one of them was on the screen against the Raiders, where, I just end up, like I said again, Josh Jacobs ended up crossing my face. I went into too aggressive and didn't have my feet under me, able to cross my face. Was just like, those types of things where when you're going against such high level players and, you don't take every calculated risk or use your same technique you've been using, it can cost you. So,
dang,
for me,
what a breakdown.
It's just that I got to, understanding that, my mistakes that caused that and then trying to correct those mistakes. So, but yeah, it's the, I try to remember I remember the bad just as well as I remember the good, because that's the only way I can correct that and move forward and take a step moving forward.
All right, Jayron, since you broke that down, I want to get a little scouting report with the tight ends. Maybe some of these free agent teams could be asking you this as well. Hopefully you don't leave, but maybe they're going to ask you with your meetings you take, because you tweeted No other safety goes toe-to-toe with every tight end week in and week out. So I went down the Cowboys' schedule this year, and I just want your quick scouting report on a couple of these guys and prepping or playing them. And let's start off with the playoff game going up against Kittle.
Kittle, definitely electrifying tight end. Much better at blocking than a lot of tight ends and receiving. You don't get a lot of tight ends that can do both. You either got a pass catcher or you got a run blocker. And, Kittle is a guy that once he gets the balls in his hands, it's always a chance that it's a touchdown. But also, when turning the tape on and watching them, as well as a lot of other tight ends, guys are playing timid. Guys are playing scared. For me, I actually trained with a tight end that I played against. And I asked him, I said, did you guys know I was going to cover the tight end? He said, yeah. And the number one thing we knew was you were going to get hands on. A lot of guys, when they're playing these Darren Wallers, these Kelseys, they want to get off the ball. They want to back up. I don't believe, anyone loves getting hands put on them before they even get into their route. So, watching the tape, that's the number one thing I want to see is how does he react when he's getting pressed? How does he react when a guy's getting hands on him from the start? And, I go into every week where, I know what they like to do. They know what I like to do. Now it's all about the mentality and it's all about who can get to who first. And, I go in and I give them exactly what they've seen on film, and if you can beat that, then it's time to throw something else at you. But off top, I'm going in and I'm doing what I'm good at doing, and hopefully it works out for me. Majority of the time it has.
Jayron Kearse, Cowboys safety here on 105.3 The Fan, getting ready for free agency. Before we get to that, your thoughts on, we have Jerry Jones on every week. We have Mike McCarthy on every week, and that tends to create a lot of headlines. Mike and CD at the Super Bowl we're talking about. Man, we knew it was a lot of attention, but we didn't realize it was this much being a member of the Cowboys. What have you made of some of the Mike McCarthy drama and all the questions about his job status going into next year, Jayron?
For me, I haven't really made too much about it. For me, Coach McCarthy's been a great coach. Been one of the best coaches I've had. He's the first offensive-minded coach I've played for. But it hasn't been, outside of us taking care of what we should have taken care of this year. He's been a great coach, and you can sit back and put it however you want to put it, and on who's to blame and that type of thing. But for me, I don't believe the things that went on this year were his fault, because we're the ones out playing the game. So I really don't get how you can, unless it's decision making or, clock management and those types of things. As far as the game being played, penalties and things like that, that falls on the players. And, being a guy that's very self-reflective, that Niners game was easily winnable for us. And, we had maybe 16, 17 penalties, I believe. Started the game with a penalty.
Yeah.
We didn't play winning football in the crucial times. We didn't play disciplined football in the crucial times. So, that's just what happens. That doesn't fall back on the coach. That doesn't fall back on anybody, in the front office. That's all. That's players, because we're the one on the field. And that's just what it boils down to. So as far as the drama going with Coach McCarthy's job security, I haven't really paid much attention to it. I've heard it and come across it, but I don't, for me, I just don't understand it, because, to go from where the Dallas Cowboys were 2 years ago compared to last year, is a pretty big jump. And, it's only going to continue to get better if we, can keep this group together, keep the band together. So the job security, I don't think it's a coaching thing. It's a thing about what we need to do to get better as players, as a team, and understand how to play disciplined football in the most crucial times of the game. What a lot of the times we didn't do last year. So,
great answer.
I think that's the main thing.
Great answer. I think we hear your lovely daughter in the background saying, Dad, let's go to Disney. So we'll let you go with that. Thank you for the time. Best of luck in free agency. And we hope to hear you as a member of the Cowboys come on the show again next year. Thank you, Jayron.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me.